Hello, my monstrosities. Hello once again. Today I bring to you a DVD discussion video with gameplay in the background. I guess this is also a build video because if you can see from the title, the topic today is what perk will be the best for the meta in the mid-chapter patch. If you can figure it out already from the four that are on screen, it's the one that you guessed. It's Franklin's. I've made a video where I talk about all the perks that will probably be meta before they walk back on like every change, and somehow I forgot to mention the one that made me think about that video. As a comment also pointed out that this is that. And if you're wondering why this is old footage that you're looking at, well, I was getting ready to test something that I've already tested and realized I just never made a video out of it. So, work smarter, not harder. There we go. And I'll also talk about what I was necessarily testing in this video a little bit more. But Franklin's, why will it be the new best perk? Well, if you haven't been keeping up, healing is going to be changed in a different way than just increasing the base timer. Instead, medkits are going to be making it so that essentially you need 24 charges to get off a heal, and, well, Circle of Healing also got hit so that it doesn't feel like an additional medkit for people that aren't, in a Swift. But hey, we'll get to that. Franklin's is a unique perk in which it's always had some use, but it's never felt like a game winning perk. It felt like a game allowing perk. You put it on bad guys that either had a severe weakness to flashlights, that won't be happening anymore, like the person that you see in this video, or the bad guy who I'm using, I guess you should say, because it's Wraith, you don't see him. um, so, yeah, like Wraith and Hag, but it never felt like you were doing it because it was actually going to accomplish the job. You were throwing on Franklin's to give yourself a break, and yeah, to stop some medkits, but let's be real, the reason that Circle is also getting healed, or hit, I should say, excuse me, is that people, once they got done with their medkit, they had Circle as a backup. But now, without having Circle of Healing as a backup, you just have to get rid of the medkits in their hand. And if this doesn't get changed before the mid-chapter patch comes out, guess what? It's going to feel pretty nice. And let's talk about some other uses for Franklin's that is just going to make the stock increase even further. How about we roll back the clock to when the Cenobites came out? Yes, we were graced with Pinhead and Chatterer, and everybody was like, "Wait, you can use Franklin's to get rid of the box in their hand and start a chain hunt faster." Which is true, and to a lot of people's credit, they went, "Well, you're also like giving up a chase to do that, so like why?" But now it'll be a little bit better because, well, frankly, I never understood that second argument because the person that's running away from you now has to deal with chains too. Like, I don't know what that's about. But also, you're not going to be bringing it just for that. With Circle of Healing getting hit, you'll probably also be tackling medkits too. If somebody comes to take a hit for somebody, well, guess what? The medkit's on the floor. They don't have that heal that they thought they did. It's losing charges by the second, and you can pick whoever you wanted to go after while you start a chain hunt. And, well, you're probably running the new gearhead too, so you can apply pressure onto gens if you want as well. Instead of just, oh, you hit the person, you pick up the box, you open it, and okay, now everybody is just in La La Land doing whatever. Then let's talk about another build in which it's already pretty gross, and it's going to get a little bit grosser. The Wesker build, in which people are permanently infected because of Franklin's. Yes, you can knock out the sprays out of people's hands if you didn't know, and it'll lose charges, and if there's no charges on the sprays, and the infection rate is building, People will stay infected, making them one-shot to Wesker's M2 as well as being hindered as long as they're infected. A pretty nasty build if you can pull it off, and now you'll be doing a lot more damage by trying to pull it off. You'll be getting rid of those medkits, and people won't have Circle of Healing to just run to and be comfy and cozy within. Now, you can do the same with Nemesis, but let's be honest, it's a very quick thing with Nemesis, and people aren't going to really give you a chance very often to knock it out of their hands. If they find a case, they're probably just using it instantly because they want to make it so that it takes 3 hits to get them down. So, there's that. But, you know, that isn't to say that that's a Franklin's problem. That is a Nemesis problem. Franklin's is doing perfectly fine. But I should also talk about what I said that this experiment was and why I was using Shattered Hope. Well, a lot of people are also talking about people bringing inner healing and overzealous. And you go, then why aren't we talking about Pentimento? I'll get there. Shattered Hope, I was testing, like I said, if somebody very basic, with a very basic build, can win the game. Which, spoiler, you can, it's fine. And you go about your day, right? So, with Shattered Hope, do we feel that it'll be a necessity to tackle the oh so dreaded Swift that is bringing Circle of Healing still? I'm going to tell you right now, don't waste your time. Yes, I understand that Shattered Hope has always felt like a very bad if you do, bad if you don't situation, where it's just like, oh, you don't bring it, all of a sudden there's 3 Circle of Healings in the lobby, and you do bring it, and all of a sudden there's none. I get it. I definitely have felt that frustration many times over while recording this. If I remember correctly, this was, as you can see, a while ago. But it's not even going to be worth tackling the one thing now. Honestly, this should just be base kit at this point. Now I can really get behind that. But does that mean that you should bring Pentimento? Also, probably not. It's not. Neither of those are going to be as much as a threat. And do you want to know why? Well, if you don't, I'm still going to tell you. If you bring Pentimento just to tackle that people are setting up totems without you having a build dedicated for it, it's just going to backfire on you. Because you're getting rid of resources a lot faster if you just use Franklin's, and you're not wasting your own time to go set up your own totem. Yeah, it'll only take a second to get it to spark, but that's a second you could have been doing something better with your chase. And, well, probably your life too. Why do I say Franklin's is still better for that? Okay, let me paint you a picture. What happens in the situation in which people right now have medkits and circle? Any guesses? Yes. They blow through the medkits, and then once they're done with the medkits, they set up Circle of Healing. But in the upcoming update, if people are fighting over totems between each other with their inner healing to get that online, and their medkits are already gone, there's only 5 totems on the map. Guess what? Even if you have those super sleuths that know every single totem spot, and you're probably blowing through all the resources in the game a lot faster than ever before. So it doesn't really take too much. You can pretty much just use Franklin's, get rid of the medkits, and let the game play out by itself. But a word to the wise, well, I guess to the unwise, because I still have people telling me I should throw on Surge on Trickster. Don't do that. Don't throw on Jolt, Surge, which is the new name, whatever. Don't do that. It doesn't proc on everything. It is only M1s, which is what I should say about Franklin's. It is only M1s. So while I am saying that it will be very good on most of the roster, don't go out of your way to try to Franklin somebody with Huntress. It's not going to be worth your time. You can do it for the meme if you really want, but it just isn't worth your time. Then again, say the same thing for Trickster. Hey, I know that I use coup on Trickster because I want to end chases faster, and there's some loops you can't play around. But Franklin's, you still have to just like play the game and try to get to people, and go about it that way. So don't do that. I feel like that should be common sense, but people don't read in this game. And then the other thing is Franklin like add-ons. There's some add-ons that'll make people drop their items. Unless that's changed and somebody can correct me in the comments, I couldn't find something that said otherwise. Maybe I'm looking in the wrong places or the wrong whatever, but it'll just drop the items. The charges aren't depleted, so it doesn't really do much. Don't waste your time with those either. From what I know so far. Please, if I'm wrong, correct me. But yeah, just Franklin's will be the answer to a lot of the game. And I'm not going to try to tell behavior to nerf Franklin's. No, please don't do what you did with Thana, in which it is mildly useful and we just nuke it. Let's not do that. It's been a long time coming for Franklin's to actually feel like a staple, I guess, like a use besides just the I want to play the game. It never really felt like something beyond an annoyance to survivors. So let's make it an actual threat and let that be that. So, yeah, let me know your feelings about Franklin's and if you believe that it will have such a strong standing in the upcoming meta. Sometimes I'm off my rocker, sometimes I'm not. But yeah, if you like the video, like it. Got a comment for me, comment. And until next time, peace out, my monstrosities.